And I'm back with more Danganronpa. Kyoko broke us out of the trash chute and talked about herself for the first time ever. And it's time to go do the thing, find the mastermind, and put an end to this game, and then get to Danganronpa 2. So we're in Chapter 6. That's the last one, so...
Shall we go?
Let's...
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again! And this time I won't leave anything to chance.
Right.
Kyoko, do whatever you feel you need to. What?
However...
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
No.
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
I lose?
Hey!
You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
Because...
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
In other words...
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? What are you talking about?
However...
But when Makoto chose to overlook the lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto as the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However...
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that would come to our aid even after you killed it.
Am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well...
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence!
That doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some famous detective? Yes, because justice prevailed.
Because...
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you love so much to inspire.
However...
But here we are, confronting me with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
Indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey.
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. they would assume that you killed him because of what we said was exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you could say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you will be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and
that's
square,
what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial? One final showdown? In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of our killer, the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept it? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored. So I decided to change things up a little. Time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one, honey. Stop being Teddy! Stop it!
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out? Or will my despair claim victory? Shut up!
I can barely contain myself!
Then we still have a shot at this. But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting
You
end.
guys!
So for the final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All of them? Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
Barely contain
then that will be
myself.
enough to qualify as a victory.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying for all along. Very good, then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do that, you'll all face execution. I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair would you show me? We're excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey.
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, then that's when a class trial's
What's
held?
wrong?
I remember that. For sure. So what?
Hey,
I just wanted to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on school regulation. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception. Mukuro's trial is no exception? Which would mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but enough puns. Thank fuck! Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already. This killing game began with 16 participants. All of them high school students. And the only people to take a step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go quiet?
Now
I'm
really
done talking!
angry.
I've got nothing left to say to you! So get lost, will ya?
Whew.
Seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone! Get me out of here! Get out of here! Okay. You gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than I'd expected. Once again, I was in her debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. True. Still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to it? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because
It's all because of that one moment the master let down their guard. And when the mastermind let their guard down,
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they'd hijack the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right?
listen.
And what do you think? What did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
We don't exactly read about that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off,
However,
and yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something so difficult.
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other.
it would seem
The mastermind has been so adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. That makes sense. If the stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal is to make us kill each other, and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely.
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept? You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? That's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really the only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you, but still. That same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness.
in other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their own rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At the very least, that's how those who were watching us would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us?
indeed.
That's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their violations or regulations. Junko broke the rules, and she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be a killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
It's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me, that another path opened up. I can't believe how much the Mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you feel more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time,
correct.
or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the Mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win. But before we begin, we have to tell the others what's going on. And now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the Mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Right now we have to find the
shall we
others.
go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Ah, boo. Sorry, I clicked off the thing. Chapter 3. Chapter 5. Chapter 6. Alright, the gym. Dining hall. Actually, how long is... Oh, I got plenty of time. And suddenly we were greeted with... You again. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. What the heck was that?
However,
I wonder what that was about. I couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Ah! Ah!
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there. All my friends who'd struggled together and survived. And Byakuya. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
What? What's that smell?
What the heck?
Man, that seriously stinks. He smells like a wet dog. Get away! Shoo, shoo! And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened.
Yes.
Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if he catches you?
It's true.
It's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you about the last class trial.
In other words...
We're going to redo it.
Huh?
Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? I didn't do it, like I kept telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course, it's not me, or any of you. Then, who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
You're saying the mastermind killed them?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time, and did what he had to do to stop it.
However...
But his decision meant that he had to be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap? You make it sound like it was easy. That's just,
However...
you know. But executing Makoto, who isn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial over.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really broke the rules? They had no choice but to agree. Use a TV broadcast to gain the leverage you need, right?
Correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
I am totally in the dark here! For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it. Knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it, correct? For us to win this time, we have to solve every little mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway...
You probably guessed already. But if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh,
I hate you.
Hey, you said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us. I'm fine with the way the things are. I'm living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as possible.
Anyway...
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries, that's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial's different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve them all. I'm not so sure about that. What? I can't agree with the idea of working together. You can't agree? Why not? Working together is what everyone seems like is the most obvious way to solve the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too. At first. Until Monokuma gave that little hint of his.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
Huh?
Why?
So, in other words...
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably kill and murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene.
In other words...
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in this game. Then the mastermind is... So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind's one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say that for sure is true yet. Monokuma might have said that just to confuse us. It's a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that's the one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? Ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. You can't say that's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone suspicious at that time after Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret?
but...
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off so many times.
I'm right?
Then maybe he was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there would be no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't entirely be impossible if they directed the flow of conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
Time for talk is done. Now we need to begin the investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can only rely on myself, on the Togami blood that flows through my veins. I've no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. After making his final statement, he left. He didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee! You're totally useless! I don't like coffee, so I'm with her there. Bye! With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself, too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Everyone's really gone off by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same.
But...
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone,
I mean...
but up to now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. What? That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I'm honestly just really useless.
Okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll get us out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. See you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as he dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Alright. Cool. True ending mode. Love it. I'll see you next time.